Warning: the following show features foul language and crappy opinions said either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, the Riff Report and the producers must insist that no one attempt to repeat any vocabulary or shoot any malort featured on the show.
Welcome to the Riff Report After Hours, where I'm not going to do it today. We get a little dimmer. We get a little more drunker. How we get any drunker after, because we record these on the same day, after our news and releases, I don't know, but we do it, and that's awesome. So come here and join us. We're dinking, we're sinking. We're talking about some heavy hitters and some great music for y'all. This being an after hours episode, we swap off every week, and I really racked my brain for this one. I was really feeling it. It's simple, it's tasteful. We've done it a couple times already. This episode is going to be the top 10 prog metal tracks of all time. Now, I will have a little, I was going to say caveat, disclaimer. That's a better word to use. I'm not limiting us today to a specific era. When we did our hardcore, it was the 10s. When we did our metalcore, it was the aughts. I'm just going to let us fucking go free. You know what I mean? Just whatever you think is proggy enough, whatever you listen to when someone's like, I love prog metal. That's what we're doing today. I think it's going to make things a little bit easier. And because the last time a lot of my songs were more like crossover and shit, so it's a little bit different. But whatever. Who gives a shit? We're just here to have fun and get drunk.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. And we're talking about music.
Before we get started, tell me, when it comes to prog metal, what is your definition? What is your descriptor? What do you consider prog?
So prog to me is weird ass time signatures. I will say, I'm not going to say specifically like longer songs, but it's music that doesn't adhere to classic genre boundaries. Because you could have prog metalcore, you've got prog rock, you've got gent, you've got, prog is kind of a very general, open boundary kind of thing for me.
Yeah.
I just, there's no set in stone fucking, there's no set in stone, like,
progressive.
It's progressive. It's different. It's something that brings the genre or just the music itself forward. It does things that weren't done in the past. It changes. It evolves. It grows. It makes you think like, holy fuck, you can do this on a song and it sounds good,
Yeah.
Some of these bands that I'm going to list aren't included in this, but like, back in the day and even, now-ish, like Rush is progressive. Like they're progressive rock. They're prog. You know what I mean? They do weird shit. King Crimson was one of the progenitors of prog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got so many bands. Now we're going to list 10 of them for y'all. I've got 5. Ryan's got 5. We're gonna skate some lines a little bit tonight, but we're gonna give you 10 of our favorite prog bands tonight. So, I mean, do you agree with that definition? Like,
yeah. Well,
do you have anything else to add to it? You know what I mean?
No, I mean anything that's long, conceptual, weird, different. just prog to me is shit that elements that you wouldn't expect in a typical metal, rock, whatever.
Yeah.
Is what you're seeing in prog, and there's a lot of good bands out there. And I think, the important part to put out here is we're not claiming that these are the 10 best prog songs of all time.
Exactly. Yeah.
These
No, I could
are
never. There are
I'm not
favorites.
going to stand on that podium and try and tell you that, but I will tell you,
Right.
Tyler and I, with decades of metal experience, we're here to tell you what our favorite prog-esque
Exactly. So maybe
tracks
maybe we
are.
change the format name instead of saying top, whatever, favorite,
Yeah,
but hey, maybe this
favorite.
gets more
This
clicks.
is
I
our
don't know.
favorite.
Our
But you know
top
what?
favorites.
It's
Right
our
there in the middle.
top.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to say it. So,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm
Yeah.
writing something down. But I'm just going to go ahead and we're just going to shut the fuck up and stop trying to define it because, hey, who gives a shit? It's prog. It's progressive. It's the it's future. It's the future of metal. I'm going to start us off. So, I'll say the first one I'm going to list off is prog metalcore. So there I am, just skating that line. You know what I mean? But one of my absolute favorite songs from this band, especially to have seen live, it was so cool, is the song Trilogy by Silent Planet, a band that people might put more into like maybe electronic or whatever, but metalcore at its base. They've got all the elements but they're not your typical metalcore band. You know what I mean? Yeah, they have fast moments. Yeah, they have some clean vocals, whatever. But the music itself is just almost ethereal. It, to me, kind of changes the genre itself. When you think of metalcore, I'm wearing the shirt right now. The Devil Wears Prada. You think of them. August Burns Red. Like shit like that. But these guys took like 3 different fucking genres, packed them all together, and went with that. You know what I mean? They're fast, they're heavy, they're loud, they're crazy. It's so fucking cool. And this was a song that I had seen live when they were playing. Garrett, the vocalist, literally jumped up in the rafters and finished off this song. They've got that moment near the end where he's like, "I'm seeing red." The static in my head. It's always red. Yeah. He did that part, that breakdown ish sort of thing from the fucking rafters, and then when it like comes to a culmination for that last little part, dude, the lights are strobing. He's still up there, just fucking wailing, dude. It was an absolute beautiful moment. So whenever I think of this band, I think of some progressive metalcore, whatever. This is the first band that's coming into mind, and I relive that moment every single time. It's beautiful. It's awesome. So cool.
Hell yeah. I love that. Yeah, dude. Not the biggest Silent Planet fan to date, but I've been getting into them a little more and more
Hell yeah. I was going
as
to say,
time
that's
goes
crazy,
on,
man. You
as we talk
should.
about them.
They're fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
If I can push that.
You and we're a little bit different in the sense that you lean more toward the metalcore side. I lean a little bit more towards the hardcore side. But but yeah, dude, this shit is solid, dude. I love this track. It's got prog-esque elements that I think lean them into that line there. Scrubbing through the song, I mean, you get your typical proggy mix between harsh vocals and light vocals. We got ups and downs, which are pretty integral into prog music. You've got your crescendos, you've got your decrescendos. Speaking from a musical standpoint, as much as I can from my days in concert band. But
arpeggios.
yeah,
Right. Yeah. I
a
was in
little bit
band too.
of
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
yeah.
I know terms.
There's there's a little bit of electrical components mixed into
Right.
this, which is typical for prog. You get a lot of keyboard going on. The thing I liked about this song is it's got full energy. It doesn't slack where a lot of prog stuff can get a little dreamy and a little just like
Yeah.
all over, just swooping around.
A term I've used in the
This is
past, their
like
ambience is gravity. You know what I mean? That's
yeah,
their spacey. You know, a lot of prog
yeah,
bands will do like more like I said, like ethereal and like twinkly and whatever. No, these guys are fucking power and gravity, you know, but still
yep,
atmospheric. So
yep,
that's why I had to put
yep.
them in this list.
I love it.
Oh, hell yeah. Thanks,
I
man.
love it. Next up, I'm picking a song that also breaks the boundaries here. This song is All Power, and that's what made me put it on here. This band, technically, I would consider a prog metal band. They've been all over the place in their timeline, but the song I wanted to call out was Another Sinking Ship by Sikth off of their album Death of a Dead Day from 2006. This band holds a special place in my heart. I love these guys 100%. I was part of their crowd-funded campaign for their album Opacities in 2016. I got some pretty cool shit out of it. I got a signed record. I got some signed drumsticks that were tour used.
That's some items you showcased on one of our earlier show and tell.
Yep.
After hours
Yep.
episodes.
Show and tell episodes. Yep.
I remember that. That was cool.
Yep. I love these guys. This song is a song I've jammed on drums numerous times because it's just so good. This one is a little less progressive and a little just more straightforward with what they're doing, but still showcases their weirdness in the track.
As a common man who's not necessarily gotten into Sikth a lot, I would put this into prog. You know what I mean? Some of the weird drum fills that he does. You know, the tweedly guitar that happens, and then they just kind of stop and then like do something else. Like, to me, this is prog. You know what I mean? Not necessarily at its finest, but does exist within the realm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give yourself some credit, all right? You made a good choice, okay?
Yeah, yeah. No, I made a joke to you early before we started this, and I was a little nervous about the idea of doing a prog list because one, prog lists are typically pretty contentious, but I also I didn't really think I knew where I was going with this list, but then as soon as I started thinking, I knew exactly where I was going with this list.
Exactly. I also knew where you were going with it.
Myself.
I made that joke too. I was like, "Oh, dude, I could have called that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was fun. You know, you know prog, dude. Like I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than I thought I knew. That's for sure.
Right. Exactly. Well, yeah, it's a really good track. I do like it. And yeah, I've been listening to it. While we've been talking about it. It's like, 'cause I'm not really like a huge Sikth fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, great, chaotic. You know, kind of I'm gonna use that word, introspective. Like, this is a band. You know, just now getting into it. Like, they do some weird fucking shit in this song, and it just kind of, it's like I'm getting thrown against the wall, dude. Like, everything's just happening all at once. It's like, fuck, man. Like, it's crazy. But it's still, it's fun. You know what I mean? It's cool. I
Yeah.
like that. You know, you don't get that. Bands they'll go the easy route. They're like, okay, hey, this is what we do. We've complained about that in the past. Despised Icon. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
tend to get a little tired. Like they keep doing the
They
same
do what
fucking
they
thing.
do. Yeah.
Exactly, and you know it. You expect it, whatever. But like specifically, so I don't know the rest of Sikth's discography, but like as a fresh fan of this, it's kind of fun. It's cool. Like it's just it keeps me guessing. Like what are they gonna do next? What's going on? Like this is cool. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So I did very
Yeah.
much enjoy that one. That was pretty cool.
One last little thing that I'd like to add about this band. One of my favorite parts of this band is that in every album they take a second to do a little spoken word thing, a little poetry track.
Right.
On that same album, Death of a Dead Day, you should check out Mermaid Slur.
Okay.
It is a 47-second track of just spoken word poetry.
Right.
It's so creepy. It's so awesome.
Yeah, I can't even hear like what he's saying, but like I'll have to look at the lyrics, a little bit later. But
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It is kind of weird. He's just fucking, oh yeah, fucking dying. Like, whoa, dude.
Yeah. 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 They do it on every single album. And I fucking love it, dude. It makes me want to put out an album of just this like creepy poetry.
Right. Yeah, listener, but way darker. Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I gotta find this real quick. Hell yeah, dude. It was really good. It was good. All right, it was good. Let's see.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
My next song is a little bit of a skate as well. I will state on the record that we were deciding between two genres to pick for tonight. I said prog, mathcore. Now, when I stated that, I was thinking that we were gonna do both, and not necessarily make it a longer list, but like pick between either of the two genres because they both kind of intermingle a little bit. You know what I mean? Like technicality, speed,
Yeah.
whatever. Like I kind of just put them both together. But you're like, pick one, and I was like, oh fuck, all right, yeah, I guess I'll pick one, and we'll do prog. But that's fine
Yeah.
because now this gives us another episode to do in the future.
Yep.
And I can sit there and talk about Converge for like 45 minutes. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's fine, Now, this band does normally kind of sit on that side of things because those were the two bands I listed to you, Converge and Norma Jean. I picked a song from them. This is from their release in... I gotta get back. This was like 2014, I want to say. 2013, maybe. 2013.
2013.
Wrongdoers. When they're, a little bit older, they've had... This is like their sixth album at this point, so... they've gone through a few band members. Josh is gone. Corey's doing vocals. I think this... Let's see. Drummer... Clayton Hollyoak. I don't think it's the same one. Might be. Let me see. Clayton. Because I'm pretty sure the guy who did drums on this album, yes, was on Salem with Every Time I Die. He did also play with Under Oath on... Did he? Was it the same guy? Somebody had taken over for
Aaron when he split off
for
and went
Aaron
to go do his
during
stint in Paramore.
disambiguation. Right, exactly. And I feel like it's the same guy, but I could be wrong. Either way, this is a great album. Like I said, a little more mathy as a band, but the final song on the album, it's super long. It clocks in at 14 minutes, 12 seconds. Sun Dies, Blood Moon. They've got a lot of shit going on in this song, hence the amount of time. They got some slower moments. They pick it up a little bit. They build up the power of it, the atmosphere of the song. Really paints a picture. And I gotta give them the prog thing because for a band that spent most of their tenure just being fast, heavy hitting, like, crazy fucking guitars and shit like that, they explore their talents on the fretboard and behind the kit, and give you that same kind of gravity and power, but like at half speed. It's the best way I can describe it. You know what I mean? It's just fucking awesome. You know what I mean? So that's why I put it on here. Plus, I love these guys. I wanted to talk about them, and I found a way to do it. So it was awesome. Oh, I think you muted yourself.
I did mute myself. Son of a
There
bitch.
we go.
That's the good situation between us having the same microphones now, as we know the low
things
point
work.
of
Hey,
this
man.
microphone.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think you stretched a little far on the prog side here, but this every band has the ability to put out a prog song. Doesn't necessarily
Right.
mean they're a prog band. And this one, I can see it a little bit when the track changes at about 8 minutes.
Oh,
We get a nice drony, um, rough, raw, just outro from this that
right.
I think is cool. I think
Nice little secret track, you know what I mean? Like you don't expect it, it kind of sits for a
yeah,
second, think it's done, and then you hear just like you said that drone, and then it just takes a minute, and you just kind of hear them, and then they get into it, dude. It's cool.
just driving. Yeah. No, it's good. Hell yeah, I like it. I
Hell
love
yeah,
Norma Jean. Loved them for a long time. Nice
yeah,
to see a little prog track coming out from them.
exactly. Hell yeah.
Next up, I got a track from the Human Abstract, a band. I feel like I don't get to talk about enough because
Right.
they're not active
Yeah.
anymore, to my knowledge. Last album we got from them was from 2011. But from their 2008 album Midheaven, I'm calling out the track Breathing Life into Devices, which is a 5-minute track that's just all over the place.
Right.
Which is
Yeah.
I think why I love it so much, because it's just chaotic, it's full of energy, but it also has its up and downs, which I think makes a good prog track. You
Yeah.
need you need that up and down. You need to feel like you're going through a story while you're listening to a
Right.
song. And
Yeah.
this does that 100%. Um, when you get to about the minute 30 mark,
Mm-hmm.
it takes the track way down and chills it out. You get a little bit of like, sort of like a jazzy, almost like kind of reggae kind of like
Right.
vibe.
Yeah.
And I just love this track. I love this album, but this track is the highlight of that album for me. When I get to that track, I'm like, let's go. It's powerful.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I gotta say that was kind of my least favorite part of the song when I was listening to this earlier. I
Yeah.
like the first part, but this like, eh, what was it? So yeah, from that like minute 30, and they play for about 2 minutes and do this like kind of more post-hardcore feel, and then
Yeah.
like I said, 2 minutes later they get back into the power of it, And it was the bookended parts. It was the beginning and the end that were my favorite parts. That's where they get all crazy, chaotic. You know, a lot of my prog, despite the last track that I just listed, is the chaos, is the wheedlies, you know, the technicality, you know, and maybe that's a naive take on prog. Like, you know, it's technicality doesn't have to mean fast. Technicality can mean I know how this guitar works. I'm gonna make this work with like 6 notes. You know what I mean? I get that, and they do definitely do that in that middle part. But I will say, when I was kind of scrubbing through it for a hot second, I was just like, Ryan's into this? What? I was a little surprised. But it is a good song. You know what I mean? I just needed to give it the old college try and listen to the whole thing as that story, as that concept. And yeah, I realized that this was a really good choice. So,
Yeah.
but it just surprised me because usually I'm the one bringing up the
day,
post-hardcore elements and everything, and I'm just like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. But yeah.
No, dude, I got a whole life before you knew me. And
Oh, there were other girls before me. Okay.
Yeah, there were other girls before you, but
okay.
I used to be an emo dude. I used to be a post-hardcore dude.
I get it. You had the
I
flip.
might not look like
Right.
it.
I've seen pictures.
I might not look like it now.
Right.
But I was there once.
Right.
So I appreciate a good, clean, poppy chorus.
Exactly.
But this song's got it's got the guitar sweeps. They're fucking ripping it out. Yeah, it's just chaotic and crazy like prog should be.
Exactly. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I forgive you. All right. I'll say it here. That's fine. You're allowed that.
If you don't like the human abstract, then fuck you.
Right. You can get the fuck out, dude. Hell yeah. I'll take that from Mikey G, dude. Set the whole template up for us. Right. Fuck you, dude. Oh, man. I've never met the guy, but I feel like I know him so well. That's awesome. All right. Next track I got for you. This is my number 3 in my list of 5. And just let me state, this isn't exactly like, oh, this is the best, whatever, but I'm just trying to build this up. I'm trying to tell my own story. I'm trying to make a prog list of prog metal, all right? I'm turning it up to like 20, all right? I'm ripping the knob off. I'm mailing it off. And the person who got it shipped to them, they're throwing it in the fucking ocean. They're throwing it in a volcano. This is the song Corridor of Chameleons by Meshuggah. When you think prog metal, Meshuggah's coming up. For sure. It's from their album Chaos Sphere. And this was kind of my justification on why, if we're going to consider Meshuggah prog, that's kind of why I threw in Silent Planet. Like, they're not exactly similar, but they're both fast prog. You know what I mean? They got some crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite albums by Meshuggah. But I wanted to find a song that, not necessarily that I didn't know, because like I know all the songs in this album. I almost chose New Millennium Cyanide Christ, but I wanted a song with a couple of less listens so I could tell y'all about it and you can listen to it more. You know what I mean? So, Quarter of Chameleons, I love it. It's got those, like we just said, sweeping guitars, crazy fucking solos, crazy fucking drums. And would you believe it? It's all 4/4 timing. I'm just kidding. I know it's contentious. But yeah, it's just an insane fucking song from start to finish. Like, it just does not stop. You know, it slows down in a couple parts, but not really. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
And then it just pulls you right out
Still
of that.
keeps the power up.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm specifically listening to this part. You know, they got their solo running in about 140. Yeah, 140 it hits, and then 222 they start doing some weird fucking shit and some crazy fucking vocals. It's just insane how they do it, and that lasts for like I said, about 20, 30 seconds, and they get right back into the song that you were listening to in the beginning. It drives
Yep.
you. It's just fucking, it's an insane fucking song. It's an insane fucking band. It's awesome.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, I mean, I don't when you talk about prog metal, I don't initially go for Meshuggah because
Okay.
they are to me the first iteration of gent.
Okay.
Um
I mean, I'd
but
consider that's a subgenre. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
for sure.
you know what I mean? Like,
For
so
sure.
fiction exists. Like, if we're talking books, like, there's fiction. You know what I mean? And fiction has all their
Yep.
subgenres. They would be like the science fiction of fiction. You
Yep.
know what I mean? More
Yeah.
specific, more fine tuned,
Yeah.
but still existing
Yeah.
within. You know what I mean? So,
Yep. Yep. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Um they they have more normie tracks or more tracks that fit into the usual composition aspects, but they also have a lot of material that veers outwards towards something that has never been done before.
right.
Meshuggah are an artist that has always pushed boundaries. They are an influence to a lot of music that we listen to nowadays. So
Right.
I'll give them a pass. This is progressive as it gets.
Right. Hell yeah. Well, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Next up, I have debatably the penultimate progressive track. And
Right.
that is a track that, for fans of this band, has stood out time and time again. It even got a callback on the subsequent album, the follow-up album to this album, which was great, and I will talk about in a moment. But that is the track that I'm talking about is White Walls by Between the Buried and Me. Debatably my favorite prog metal band of all time. Used to hold the title for my favorite band ever for a long time. Um, Color or White Walls is the final track off of the album Colors. Colors 2 saw a return to that. At the end, they in fact played the song in a reverse fashion with Colors 2. The track is called Human is Hell, which rings in at 15 minutes. White Walls rings in at 14 minutes and 13 seconds. And there's just, when it comes to prog, I think what I love about Between the Buried and Me the most is their ability to rein in on every genre possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes them special, is that they have brought in aspects of indie rock, metalcore, black metal, uh, southern and country. Uh, they've brought in fucking sounds from the Middle East. They've brought in sounds from all aspects of all musicality, which is what really impresses me about this band and this track, especially. It's all over the fucking place. It is
Right.
crazy. It
Yeah.
has ups, it has downs, it is left and right. It is fucking everywhere.
It's like
And
4 songs in one, dude. It's insane. I don't even know the rest of
yeah,
that with what is it? Hell is human or human is hell or whatever the fuck you were just talking about.
Yeah. With
Um,
colors too.
yeah, exactly. That's crazy that they did that. That's if we're talking about prog, that's prog as fuck. Who just takes a song and then just plays it backwards? Like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
is
I just
crazy.
got to about the 7 minute mark. It's about hold on, let me get back to it. A little bit farther. They slow it down. 5 minutes, give or take. 7 minutes. They play for a couple minutes. Do that, and then pick it back up around 7:30. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
go to
there's just
7:30 and listen to that for a second because
right,
it is gravity.
right,
It's like a planet being sucked into another planet due to its gravitational force. It is
exactly,
just power just being
right,
brought down.
yeah,
And the vocals when they finally kick in at about 8:05, it is church. This is church.
right. It's awesome.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
they literally took anything that we could use to describe Prague and put it
Yep.
into one single song. Like they packed it all, and that's insane. Like it's awesome. I wish I I feel so bad because I know this album. I know of Between the Buried and Me. I own fuck, I can't even think. I don't even listen to that often. That most recent release that they had, the Blue Nowhere. I own that on
Yeah.
vinyl, and I've listened to it at least 3 times. I'll pull it out every so often, but like I gotta give these guys more of a chance and listen to them more. They're fucking awesome. You know what I mean? They're the music
Yeah.
nerds who went to school, learned every good part of their fucking musical knowledge, and then just put it out for us to listen to. They're talented. They're awesome. It's a great fucking band. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely to give them more of a
I
shot. So
well, if you ever want, I am an expert on Between the Bear to Me, and I will definitely push you towards
hell
shit
yeah,
that you will like.
nice. I love it. We'll talk more for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Alrighty. Let me get back to where I was at. Next up, what did you just do? You're number 3. Okay, so we're moving on to 2. I'm starting to feel deja vu. Maybe I didn't understand my own assignment, but hey, here we are. Um, these guys are proggy. I've
Yeah.
got the
No,
band
this is Prague.
exactly, and this is the album that kind of put them into that mindset. They
Yep.
pulled out. They stopped with a lot of the thrash, stopped with a lot of the sludge, the doom, that
Yep.
sort of thing, and brought it all in together and really explored their talents. This is the band Mastodon. Never miss an opportunity. The song Ghost of Corellia on the album Crack the Sky. Um, One of my all-time favorites from these guys. I love this fucking album. I can't get enough of it.
Yep.
It's got cool art. It's got great fucking music. Um, this is a Brent classic, honestly. He's just fucking noodling on that fucking guitar pretty much the whole fucking time. Just getting into it. They slow it down. We're at about 2 minutes. Hold on, a little. Yeah, about 145, give or take. We get more Bran in this song. At that moment, we hear some Troy, and then
Yep.
where are we at? About 250. You start hearing some more of that noodling, a sick guitar solo. And then yeah,
Yep.
this is like a ship rocking back and forth. They got some like fast punching, technical shit. They pull it back. Troy kind of takes the helm, a little bit more
Yep.
Bran, and then Brent comes back in with Bill, and they're fucking. You know what I mean? It's just fucking awesome. I love these
Yep.
guys. Any opportunity I'll have to talk about them, I will. and I'm glad I chose this one because I needed this, especially after all the news and like fucking shit going on, that Mastodon in the room shit. Like, it's about
Yep.
time for me to throw a song on the list and just be like, fuck, man, gotta love it.
Yeah, no, I love this track. I love this album. This was, like you said, the change from Mastodon, from like their grittier early days
Yeah,
to what we would expect from them going forward.
exactly.
It definitely was a change of sound, but um,
I will say they had some
yeah, dude,
elements
this,
in Blood Mountain that kind of showcased
yeah,
like that prog gear kind of stuff, like, but it wasn't as
yeah,
much as we get out of Crack the Sky. That's when things got more esoteric
yep,
and like fucking crazy and shit. You know what I mean?
yep. We saw the surge of Brand vocals
Mm-hmm.
coming forth in this project a lot more. And obviously, this was written in a tribute or a, you know, homage to Brand's little sister, Sky, who unfortunately passed away from suicide at age 14. And I mean, that shit's fucking hard, and
Mm-hmm.
it'll make you think, and it just puts you in a different place. And this is what, you know, kind of like turned the Mastodon page into
Right.
bigger and better things, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
uh, what they did before was great. Don't get me wrong, by any means. It's my favorite
Right.
shit. But
Yeah.
going forward, I love the route that they took following this album. It was just more musically involved, more mentally involved, and dude, but when Forge was getting started, me and my guitarist, we jammed Oblivion constantly just to
Right.
have fun and just feel things out. And then Oblivion turned into Forge, dude. It
Right. Hell
was
yeah.
it was awesome.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a great song to fucking start a band because of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure, I
Yeah,
could have
man.
picked the Czar, and I could have done something from Once More Around the Sun, but
Yeah.
whatever reason it is, that specific song, Ghost of Corellia, is the one that ends up showing up on my playlist more often when I end up doing like a mix or something with
Yeah.
Mastodon. That's always on there, and just had to give it a
It's
little
a good one.
love. You know what I mean? It was really good.
It's a good one.
All right.
It's nice, nice prog that you can listen to in less than 6 minutes, which is hard to
Right.
say.
Very rare. Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
um. Next up, I got a banger, I must say, and that is
Yeah.
"The Baying of the Hounds" by Opeth. I couldn't make this list without Opeth, and I threw around a couple tracks. I had a hard time really picking which uh Opeth song I wanted to include. Ghost of Perdition is obviously up there. Blackwater Park. Um, there's a lot of really good fucking songs. The Leper Affinity, Bleak, The Drapery Falls. But no song by Opeth has really gotten me going as much as the Baying of the Hounds. It's just that from the beginning, that riff just
Yeah.
lands so fucking good, dude.
Right.
It's dirty, it's gritty, but it's like also churchy and orchestral with the organs. And then you get into the proggy section of the song, and it's everything that I want in the perfect prog song. It reminds me of Between the Buried and Me so much because I guarantee Between the Buried and Me took influence from Opeth when creating their music. And yeah, dude, I don't know. It's just
That's
a
all you got
banger.
to say, man. It's honestly, it's the perfect song. I'm surprised you didn't make this your number one. It's just it's a crazy fucking song. Like you said, that intro kind of riff, the first couple minutes, it's heavy, it's orchestral, it's ambient, it's all that. And then those few minutes in, they kind of slow it down a little bit. But I was just listening to that solo that comes in. Where was it at? It's around the 7 minute mark. It's like 650, 652. And it just fucking he just lays on that fucking guitar and just goes with it, dude.
Yep.
It's beautiful. Like I have no other way to describe it. And they kind of get back into it. Um, they start slowing things down around 7.5 minutes. They get a little quieter, a little jazzy. You know what I mean? Guys just kind of ripping on the drums a little bit. You get a couple plucks of the guitar. They do some weird shit. Um, and then to finish off the song, where are we at?
It comes back in hard.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm at 9:05. It's just building up.
Yep.
Hits that fucking that snare hit
Pop.
at like 9:08, and then just goes right into it, dude. It's a great fucking song. I gotta admit, Opeth is another band that I should know at this point. I should be able to list some songs and some albums. I know this album, and specifically Ghost of Perdition.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a fucking weenie sometimes. I'm like, well, everybody knows this fucking band. I want to listen to something different. I'm wrong for that. Opeth deserves the
Yeah.
credit that
They
that they're
do.
given, that they should be, all that. Like they know what the fuck they're doing. The talent is there.
Yeah.
The knowledge is there. They're fucking
Yep.
awesome. So this was the perfect song to put on this list.
Yep.
God, I just
No,
can't stop listening.
I
I've listened to this song about 3 times since we've been talking about it. I keep scrubbing through and being like, oh, I
it's
keep
so
discovering
good.
like new little things. It's just so fucking good.
Yeah. It's so good. I stopped listening to Opeth right around Watershed in 2008. And then
Okay.
they came out with Heritage in 2011. And then followed that up with Pale Communion in 2014. And they got Michael couldn't really keep up with the vocals anymore. They got cleaner, but they stayed with their prog side. I'm not into clean prog. I'm into heavy prog. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. That's how I feel about Meshuggah. I mean, Meshuggah's never done like clean prog, but that's why
No.
my like go to is like, oh, prog, yeah, Meshuggah, easy. You know what I mean? Shit like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I gotcha. And maybe that's why is because I've been getting into like some newer Opeth. We've talked about some of their stuff. And they haven't really had it. Their last album release was about 2 years ago. But they've had some features here and there, and it's just like not really
Right.
into that. You know what I mean? So that's
Yep.
fine. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in my number one prog song. Now, this kind of falls into that category we were talking about. It's a subgenre. It's a band. But whatever, I don't give a fuck. It's our fucking
It's
podcast. I'm a
prog.
part of it. It's prog, alright? So shut up and listen to what I have to say, guys and gals. My number one prog song. My number one band I think about with prog all that technical, fast, whatever, crazy fucking shit, is Periphery. And I don't care. I know in a lot of circles, people think of Periphery as, I don't know, they just don't like them. And I think you're wrong. Periphery fucking rules. But I'm bringing us back a little bit to when Periphery really fucking ruled on their 2012 release, Periphery 2. I'm letting you guys know about the song Ragnarok. Dude, it's weird, it's crazy, it's like kind of dissonant. You know what I mean? It's got a lot of shit going on for it. You know what I mean? If we're talking about chaos, we're talking about just, like I said, weird fucking technical shit. This is the song. Um, I had a stint of about 2 years where all I would do is listen to Periphery and watch their fucking videos. This one, officially, we've got like a live version of them performing this song. I'm looking at it on YouTube, and it's just awesome. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
let's see, I'm at about 45 second, or let's see, 30 seconds, like they got that wow wow, like that kind of siren sounding shit going on. And then about
Yeah.
that 40 minutes, like I forgot the guy's name, but the vocalist comes on. The music slows down a little bit. He's got his fucking little clean vocal shit going on. For not that long, and then fuck, Misha comes in with this just sick little riff, and then they start picking the shit
Yep.
back up.
The power comes
Uh,
in.
exactly, dude. And they're recording this video with cameras on their instruments with that like solo focus on the fucking on the instrument.
Yep.
I love it.
Solid.
You don't see that out of normal bands. You see it out of prog guys. They want you to see how they're fucking, you know what I mean, fucking around on that
Yeah.
guitar and that bass, you know?
Yep.
Where are we at?
No, I
Two.
I
Yeah.
I love this
Go
track.
ahead. Right.
No, it's solid. I didn't really listen to this album by these guys because
Okay.
I don't know. I just kind of got out of it at that point, the prog
Right.
metal stuff. But dude, their earlier stuff really was solid, dude. I think back to like the New Groove,
Yep.
Frack the
Yeah.
Gods,
Great
um,
songs.
dude, killer songs. And this is no different. It
Right.
is just fucking solid prog, dude.
Right. Yeah.
I love it.
There's not really much else to say about it. Like it's just it's perfect. Like, well, you
Yeah.
know, at a certain point, like they really know how to kind of bring everything together. Like it feels like each member of the band, each instrument has their own little story going on. You know what I mean? But it
Yeah.
all works together in tandem. You know, it's not
Yeah.
just, oh yeah, the bass and the drum are doing their thing, like the guitars and the vocals or whatever. Like everything just kind of, I don't know, just if I could isolate every single instrument in the band, I would just be excited to listen to that one part, but with it all together, it's
Yeah.
perfect. You know what I mean?
Solid. Hell yeah.
Yeah, this was
Well,
the album that got me into them. It was awesome.
fucking, I hate to break up what's going on right now, but I seriously have to pee before we finish this.
All
So,
right.
what I'm going
Hell
to
yeah.
do is I'm going to go do that. You tell us a little bit more about Periphery that you love.
I would love to. That's exactly what I'm going to do, you know? So what I ended up doing, the reason why I picked this wasn't the first song. It was Muramasa that I got into, a little lesser known according to the plays on YouTube. Um, you know, and that's got like a slower start, heavy fucking pull in, about a minute in. Scarlet, let's see, Facepalm Mute, Make Total Destroy. That was almost the song that I put on here. Yeah, this is a band that I can't stop listening to. They're crazy, they're technical, they're fast, ambient, like, holy shit. Now, it did take me a little bit, 'cause like I said, I had those couple years, but when Periphery 3 came out, got me back into the band, and then I did a little, like, re-listen to some older stuff. They had Juggernaut Alpha and Omega. What band does dual releases like that? Prog bands. You know what I mean? If you want heavy, you're going to go for Juggernaut Omega. We've got Hell Below, one of my favorite songs. Juggernaut Alpha is for more clean vocal people, some shit like that. Uh, that album had more Periphery kind of love songs, is the best way I can describe it. It's just more upbeat and happier, I guess. I have one of the stickers from Juggernaut Alpha on my guitar that I have here. My little fake Strat. So, and then yeah, we just moved through. We talked about a Pale White Dot, earlier on this year when that was released. So they're just awesome.
Yep.
You know.
Hell yeah. Well, fucking hell yeah to Periphery, hell yeah to Prog, and hell yeah to this last surprise. I got 2 tracks for you
Greedy,
to finish
man.
it off.
That's all right. I think you
because
earned it. That's fine.
I'm so greedy. But I think this band deserves to have 2 tracks called out. Not 2 tracks. We had 3 tracks called out by this band tonight. And that is Meshuggah, the kings of Prague, the kings of Gent, the kings of Prague, whatever you want to call them. They are my sole inspiration when it comes to this genre of music, and I love them so much. But I'm calling out their tracks, In Death is Life, In Death is Death, off of their album Catch 33, which came out in 2005. This album saw Meshuggah take a little bit of a turn from their more straightforward, abrasive sound to a more comprised whole album aspect where each song turns into the next song, turns into the next song. It is an album that is necessary to listen to from front to back. And these tracks just fully submitted my respect for this album as a whole. The whole thing is great. But by the time you get to this point, it's just so fucking good. In Death is Life hits you right off the start, and is very Meshuggah-y, as you might call it. But by the time we get to the end of the track and go into In Death is Death, the power's there, but then the prog starts to come out. It starts getting experimental. It starts getting weird. Right around that, like 30-second mark of In Death is Death, you start getting that like genty bow to bow to bow to bow to bow to shit. And it goes from there into just a fucking story of a song. It's just amazing. These guys, they make me happy. I love Meshuggah.
I will say no less than 6 times have I gone and restarted In Death is Life, listened to about a minute of it, and then just skip ahead to the last like 5 seconds just so I can catch that transition to the next song. That is the absolutely cleanest fucking song to song transition I've ever heard before.
Yeah.
Just imagining if I could get this on. I mean, we we were talking about this last week, but like I think it was last week, on our news and releases, the 20th anniversary that we've gotten out of this. I need this on vinyl so I can just
Yeah.
catch that on vinyl. No problems, no nothing. I mean, when you're listening to vinyl, you're not skipping between songs, whatever, unless you want to fuck up your record. But
Right.
this, it sends shivers down my spines how they were able to showcase this kind of sound on an album. That's something that I think streaming has fucked up in the last few years, or for however long, is that singular song kind of listen. Singles specifically have become very prevalent. And once you put out those two or three, whatever, you can put them in whatever order you want on the album. But
Yep.
when music was awesome and you had to kind of think of the whole album and how you presented certain songs, it was the best albums had those clean transitions. You know what I mean? There wasn't that like, let's lower this crossfade and then let's get back into the next song. It was songs that could
Right.
just flow into the next one easily. That was perfect, and this song showcases that. This was an album, I mean, released in 2006, so like, it's a little bit
Right.
newer in terms of things.
Yeah.
It's just fucking insane. I can't get enough of this. I am very happy you brought this up. Now, listening to it, I'm moving into scrubbing through. We got about 7 minutes of a full fucking song. They get those chugs back in. And then it just ends right there at that like 7-9 mark. And they get some weird like fucking, I don't know, like I'm gonna use that word, kind of twinkly guitars.
Yeah.
It just it sounds kind of spooky, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's not pass up at the 7-minute mark that little breakdown right before the twinkly guitars.
Right.
That just gets your fucking. It's
That's what
short,
I'm
but it
saying.
gets your head moving,
Right.
dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. My head's been moving
dude.
this whole time, dude. I've been fucking jamming to this shit.
Battle,
I've listened to both these songs about now at this point. The more we talk about it, about 10 times. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those are some clean
But
fucking
yeah,
switches.
it fades
all that,
off
just-
into some weirdness.
Right.
But yeah, dude, Meshuggah at the end of the day, they're,
Yeah.
Shout out to fucking Animals as Leaders, Viljaharda, Protest the Hero, Gojira, all
I
those
wanted to pick
fucking
Gojira for this, but I want to do a little research so I could get more of like a set in stone kind of decision making process on this. And granted, I took all that research and then threw it right out the window because I chose Silent Planet and Norma Jean on my fucking list. But I really did want to do Gojira, but I didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a couple other artists that I was thinking about, but I'm like, I'm just gonna pick things that I like and I can kind of maybe justify, and I did. So
Yeah. That's fair, dude. That's what we're here to do. We're here to have fun, showcase the things we like. Hopefully you guys like them at the end of the day.
Right.
But there's a lot of awesome bands out there in this scene that we've mentioned just now. And, tons of other bands too. Tesseract, fucking,
Polyphia. But then we start getting more into Gent and whatever. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, there's tons of good music out there for the prog lovers and shit that probably we are not even talking about because we're so encapsulated in a heavy mindset that we can't even bear to jump outside into the storytellings of prog music. But yeah, dude, That's our fucking list, dude. And
There's 10 tracks
you know
for
what?
to listen to.
I fucking love it. I love this list.
That's a really good one, right?
Same as always. Every time we make a list, I love it. This list, I love it. Why don't you fucking do us a favor? Drop down in the comments. What's your favorite prog track?
Right.
Let us know. Maybe you know something we don't know, which is totally possible because we don't know a whole lot. We're a bunch of dummies.
Right.
We come off as professionals because we do a show, but that doesn't mean shit.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
Well, hell yeah, that was the end of our list here. We've got this shit available for you to check out on Tidal. If you search the Riff Report with Ryan and Tyler, go check out our top 10 prog metal songs, as well as various other playlists that we have. Your tracks of the week from various other news episodes, as well as all of our other after hours games. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified when we release new episodes. You can catch us on YouTube at the Riff Report News. Share it with a friend. Follow us on Facebook at the.riff.report. Like I said, check us out on Tidal, search the Riff Report News, get all of our playlists. We got new episodes coming out on YouTube every Wednesday morning for your new releases and artist news to get you through the week. Every Friday night with after hours to do fun shit like this where we either play games or we speak our mind and let you guys know what we're into so that maybe you can get into some new stuff as well. But for now, stay loud, stay angry, and we will catch you in the pit.